Hello everyone, I've got the May Sketchbox here to open today. We've got a lovely brochure here and all the contents. Let's unwrap. Oh, it's a little battered. I think that's everything. And I am going to want to zoom out a bit. And look at this. It says, celebrating 10 years of Sketchbox. We have a spring marker premium box, and they've got a tutorial to do this whole piece of artwork. Ooh, look at that. Lots of instructions, step-by-step instructions here. So this is a little different than in the past. Where is the... And then, oh, it looks like right here we have what's in the box. And let's start with the surface, which we have, oops, it's over here, a Claire Fontaine comic book paper in 4x6, 15 sheets, 220 GSM. What's this? We've got a little notice there. I don't know why that's there. I'm gonna pull a sheet off. Interesting. I don't know if it matters which side it's on. There's some kind of glue on there. Get that off. And I'm going to scoot this just out of frame here. Oh, it says, yeah, double-sided layout. So it seems like you should be able to use both sides, I think, if I'm not misunderstanding that. And, oh boy, lots of things. This is beautiful. It says Sketchbox Signature 6 set of professional alcohol markers. I like the box design there with the colors. Chisel nib, Japanese brush nib. They got a nice font there too. I think they did a good job on the box packaging. Let's have a look at these items before we go into there. It looks like another alcohol marker also. We'll start with the Micron. We have a Pigma Micron pen in blue. It's 0.3 millimeters. So, ooh, that is a nice vibrant color. I usually am a bit rough on these. The nib, it's not, you know, it's not the toughest nib, so I have to remind myself to be gentle with it and not use too much pressure, because, you know, I sometimes do a lot more pressure than I think without knowing it. And, ooh, like those little lines. But yeah, so as long as I'm able to focus a little more, it's fine. And I do not have this color. I'm really liking that. I'm pretty sure that it is water. Whoa, got something other than waterproof when dry. But I want to see. So this isn't completely dry yet, and it does move around a little bit, but I don't expect that I'm going to be using water on this surface anyway, so that's just a little aside. Now this here is a Pentel Arts Micro Brush in gray. Oh, it's the sign pen, right? Yeah, Pentel brush sign pen. I feel like I've had this a few times before. It says, it's great for detailed shadows that, ooh, this guy can't do. Wow, $4.99 retail price. That's pricey. And this one is retail $3.33. So, what are we going to call this? Pentel. I'm just going to write Pentel. Oh, look at how long that brush tip is. So this one, oh, I'm squeezing the life out of this thing. I gotta relax a little. You can get some very expressive lines. Going on the side, we can get something much wider. So there's a lot of versatility in this little guy here, but also it's really long, so it's a little bit, I think, a little bit harder to control. If I remember correctly, this one moved around a lot with water, but just not really on this paper. Grab something here. I want to see if this is more water soluble on a watercolor paper. Yeah, because I feel like my sign pen in before is like, woohoo, not permanent with water. But it's not going to matter when you're using it with alcohol. It's just something to note. Moves around a lot on a watercolor paper. Not so much on this other, whatever this is. Ooh, let's have a look next at this guy. Is the Touch Twin Brush Marker in Mauve Shadow. Mauve Shadow, where does it say that? Okay, right there on the end. And it's curated to provide shadow, so I think it's supposed to play well with this one. I think I've had this brand of marker one time in a previous box. I don't even know if it was Sketchbox. I think I have it in a red, and I like it. Okay, Mauve Shadow, interesting. It's very pink. I mean, in my opinion, pink. Like a kind of a slightly grayish pink. I didn't write down what this is, so we'll just call it Shinhan. That's enough of an identifying mark. We have the brush tip here. Pretty flexible, but not wimpy. I'm laughing because I don't really have words, but that isn't very uncommon for me these days. And we have a Sakura Jelly Roll. Oh, retractable. Here I'm trying to tug the cap off, but look at that! Huh, that was probably too loud, sorry. Lovely. I've never had a retractable one before. I'm gonna take this little bit off. Let's see. Not quite dry, but yay! Sometimes these guys get clogged easily. And sometimes it's probably not good for you, but if you run it on your skin, but also if you have like masking tape, I find like, or a rougher surface, this is like sometimes that cleans it off. It really does well. I really have a better success with the white jelly roll if it's not coming out with like the blue masking tape, which I don't know where mine is. It's not here. So I can't show you that right now, but this is kind of cool. I like this clicky mechanism. Let's go in here. Make some room. Oh boy, look at that. That's kind of exciting. Ooh, and you know, I think we've had these before recently. Look at that, there's our color selection. I was not entirely impressed with the fact that I feel like it had almost two different colors in my marker. Like the two nibs, it's supposed to be the same color. Let's see how these do. But I'm a big fan of this color, which just happens to be their branded color, but I love that. And I also thought that they're kind of, it looks like the Copic sketch, is it the sketch markers? So, you know, if you like that, which I do, that's pretty cool. We've got some color on the ends, and it looks like a color number, which makes sense to me. YG seems like a yellowish green. What's that one? R, it's kind of a reddish. Yeah, so let's see how these look. And we have the brush nib. I also like that this little gray neck band is kind of an easy way to tell which one's which. So these are just, I don't know, Sketchbox. We'll just call them. Whoa, that is a lot brighter than I was expecting. I don't remember what they called these. Sketchbox signature, blah, 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 blah. That's a mouthful. That's what I'm going to call it. Sketchbox. Box markers. Chisel, and then I feel like the nib is so similar to this one that I just tried that I can't really right off the bat tell a difference. So good job with that, I guess. And look at that, the colors, when it first comes out of the marker, it looks like a little brighter and wow, but as it dries, it looks pretty similar. So far so good. Wait, I should probably write this color down. Let's call it Rosemary, because that's what it's called. So you see when it's wet, it's, yeah, a little bit of a dry shift there, which is absolutely normal. Then we have Cotton Candy. That's a very pale shade, but it should go nicely with this. You know what? I think they named it well, because I see it and I think, yes, that does look like cotton candy. It's a fun name too. I like their names so far. And look at this, it's the same color. That's good. What should we do next? How about apricot? Apricot. I'm gonna run out of paper. Ooh, I didn't plan that out. All right, we got apricot. Apricot, apricot. Oops, that was not an intended mark there. So far, it's doing great with consistency on the both ends of the barrel, which for me is a relief. Then we have peachy, which is so similar. It's like one step down, barely. I think that's a good thing when you want to blend them. Yeah, it's like, this one is a little more orange, and this one is maybe a little more yellow, but they're both kind of, maybe, I would say desaturated. I hope that's right. Shall I go up here? This is such a bad swatch. We'll go up here with this one. Whoa. This is key lime. I have no room for my blue. Just gonna go here. I will do a better swatch somewhere. Sky blue. I like these colors. It seems like they're almost pastels. They're a little bit too bold to be pastels, but very springy. This green is definitely, I would call that a pastel. Have a look here. I think it might be an interesting idea to do like a swatch grid. I think I might do that. But I want to write down, I didn't ever write down the name here. How about right here? Of my Sakura jelly roll. Yeah, and let's get this, whoa, cool giveaway. Let's get this out of the way and get another piece of paper. And make a grid and see what kind of color mixing or mingling, whatever, we can get going on here. Alright, my perfectly imperfect grid is now ready for my perfectly imperfect swatch sheet, which I'm going to do, but I'll definitely fast forward this process here. Here we go. Okay, so honestly, that was way more impressive in my head. There's not a ton of variation here. A little bit. I think the most impressive combinations maybe in the blue and red row. Maybe sky blue has the most, I don't know. But, you know, it's pretty subtle. And here's the initial swatch sheet for you to compare here. You know, these are the basic colors. So I think we do get some variation, just not much at all, I do have to say. I didn't throw any of this in there on this one, but I don't know if I want to do that anyway. Let's put it on top. You know, it's good for some lines and things. I don't know what I think here, but hey, I did this whole thing. It's always good too. And you know what? One thing that I did notice is, yep, the markers are juicy, and it got a good idea of how they kind of go on this paper. Also, look at this fine liner. It's amazing with the marker, so that's for sure. I'm noticing I like this combination of the peachy and the raspberry because it's almost a hint of coral, but like I said, nothing dramatic, and I don't know why anyone would expect that. It's not like you're gonna get a brown or like a leafy dark green or anything out of this. I think maybe real quick here, I want to see how these might layer on top of the gray. Oh wait, I can use the back side. What? because it was supposed to be double-sided, right? So you can get some really cool dry brush effects, but man, I'm having a hard time getting a block of color. That would be, it's gonna say tedious if I wanted to color in a large area with this brush. But ooh, kind of cool if you're wanting some texture. Let's see what we have with, we'll just do a swipe over. Maybe we'll do like a little square. Okay. I don't know that this proved anything at all. But there you go. It just looks like gray underneath the color. I don't know why I expected anything different, but those are some interesting swatch sheets. I believe the prompt for this month was sprout. I don't know if that's inspiring me or not. Maybe I'll try to do something sprouting, some sort of spring vegetation, but I gotta think about that. And then I'll pop that onto the end here. And I wanted to say here, as always, thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel, and I hope you have a wonderful and creative day. Have a look at what happens next.